WZR Radio starts now. You can call into the show at 724-444-7444 using call ID 30273#.
So I can check myself again, and I found living to the man, but sheltered.
Now, here's your host, Ryan Clark and Jose Rivera.
I'll get the drugs from my generation. I'll take the fall. The state, no combination, that is a state. The fraud that messing with me. Let's get it out. Back again. What's up, guys? And welcome to the April 14th, Tuesday night edition of WZR Radio here on WZROnline.com and a bunch of other websites. Back again, Jose Rivera. I'm Ryan Clark. He's Jose Rivera. What's up, man?
I can hear that song like the entire time.
What, the Raw theme? The old...
Yeah, man. It just kind of, gives you that old school type of feeling. I like The Beautiful People, that one, too. That one's actually a good one as well.
No, I hate the new one. That's why I couldn't find it, to be honest with you. I went and I like for the new... Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. So, I don't know. Hey, we got a lot to talk about, man. I'm tired.
Oh, we're good. We're good.
I am exhausted, man. You may have to carry me through this 2 hours, man. Didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Was up earlier this morning and moved, man. I've been moving all day between work and moving. Like I'll pack the car, go move, drop it off, come back, work, pack the car again, and drive down.
Thank God there's only so many often that you decide to move, because I'm sure you couldn't do that every so many years.
Dude, it's horrible. It's everybody that's ever moved to an apartment knows, or to a house, or wherever you live. It is brutal. But nonetheless, we're here tonight. We got a lot of people here tonight, man. In the live chat room, WZROnline.com/chat. We will do chat shout-outs here in just a little bit. We're going to talk Monday Night Raw from last night. We had a 3-hour draft special. Obviously, you guys know that. We've got the supplemental draft tomorrow, which tomorrow's the big day. Like, I moved the small stuff today, but I've got a couple buddies with trucks that are going to help me out tomorrow. So today was kind of the small stuff. Tomorrow's the big day. Plus, the draft, which is scheduled to go from noon till about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, from what I've been told. So about 4 hours during the afternoon tomorrow, where I'm going to be locked right here. Huh?
That's what you got to do. It's going to be interesting. The concept, and I know, with the traffic, I'm sure that the WWE is going to get over there at WWE.com. It's going to be interesting. And I'm energized. I just myself spent about the last 2 hours. I sponsor a team here. My company sponsors our softball team at Stanford, and practicing for about 2 hours, and going actually to City Hall and to go ahead and pick up our schedule. And guess who I bumped into?
I know who you bumped into.
Out of all the people in the world, it's good old Howard Finkel.
Howard Finkel at City Hall, right? Today, earlier today.
Yep. The WWE also has they have an industrial team here at Stanford, and they sponsor a team, and they have a team, and Howard's actually the coach, the guy that kind of handles the paperwork and stuff like that, and he was picking up his schedule, and of course, he just got inducted to the Hall of Fame this year, so he showed me his ring. His ring is actually pretty nice, so apparently they also get a ring, which has a WWE logo in the middle, kind of gold and black, and Hall of Fame on the side, kind of like a high school ring, when you graduate high school.
That's interesting because last year they didn't give the rings away. They didn't have them right then and there, so they must have gave the rings to them at the ceremony this year. Because I know last year it took quite some time for some of the guys to get them. But yeah, that's cool. Did you get any pictures, anything like that?
Yeah, man. I actually took 2 pictures, and hopefully sometime tonight I'll upload them on WrestleSite.com.
That's cool. That's cool. And you talked about softball. We haven't addressed it to anybody that listens live, but we may have a problem here in the next few weeks on Tuesday nights. But we're gonna work something out. If not, Matt Boone, who's a fan of, well, not a fan, but he does work. He watches Raw, SmackDown, ECW, that kind of stuff. Does work for a competitor website, and yeah, so he'll be
pitch hitting, and the deal is unfortunately, I play on a softball team. I kind of play professional, and I play about 150 games per year, and I've always committed to a Tuesday team in the last 4 years. And before, of course, Clark asked me to come on board here, I knew the conflict was going to come around the springtime, but exactly, you got Boone to come in, and whenever we kind of work out our schedules, I'll definitely join you all 3.
Yeah, no doubt. And speaking of Boone, we were going to do a 3-hour special tonight. Actually, during the WWE draft last night, I was on the phone with old Matty B. He got that. I said, what's that worm called? Conflicker, something like that, where he could get onto the desktop. We wound up having to format his computer last night. He lost everything last night. We had Strike Force this past weekend, but we've got a UFC event this Saturday night. So I figured instead of tonight, next week we could do something along those lines, a 3-hour show. This week's so hectic with yesterday. Back-to-back weeks. Last week we were here Monday and Tuesday to cover WrestleMania and the Raw recap, and then this week we did a draft special yesterday, and we're live here for the next 2 hours here tonight. So, man, these people have probably had enough, don't you think?
No, we can do this every single day. Why not? As long as you give us, as long as there's some sort of wrestling line going on. Next week Raw is in UK. You know how it is when the WWE goes to Canada, to UK. The fans are crazy. I love it when they end up going to any of those part of the countries, man, because those fans are really, really into it.
See, here's the thing. When you go to the United Kingdom, they're on I think it's like 5 or 6 hours. I think it's 5 hours. So you get the spoilers that come out on the websites during the afternoon and come to our emails, and I always have to put those up on the website. So I always get forced to read those. The crowd is great, but I love when they go to Canada, because that's where you get your smart marks. You know what I mean? Your internet fans that just cheer for the heels, boo the faces. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And there's no tape delay when they're in Canada. So that's my crowd. That's my favored crowd, if you will. You know what I mean? But
yeah, if there's an outside U.S. crowd, Canadians they're very vocal.
Yeah, no doubt. Very, very vocal. Really smart, too. Really
and the funny thing about it is, I think the last time they were up there, we still hear that "You Screw Brett" chant. There's that little corner of old school people that remember the history, and they still got to kind of throw it in there.
There was a group last night in Atlanta as well that tried to get some chants going, especially during the Cena Swagger match. There were a lot of people that were against Cena. The thing about that was they loved him during the backstage segment. And by the way, you could say what you want about Cena. I know a lot of people crap all over Cena. That Cena promo last night backstage with Swagger. And also, I saw SmackDown last week, and the promo where they aired clips of it on Raw, where Cena basically dared Edge to hit him in the face. And, that was awesome. It was a real serious promo. And the same thing last night with the seriousness of his promo. It wasn't that typical corny John Cena directed towards kids. Do you know what I mean?
It definitely got my attention. And you know me, I like Cena, don't get me wrong, because of what he does for the industry, but his promo yesterday was priceless. Not to steal, no pun intended, but it was priceless. It was another way of Cena working his character and continue building his character and really getting comfortable, and that takes time, and that's exactly what he's doing here. Is he's actually settling down and understanding, what his character is about and trying to get over. And last night, the promo itself was, even Swagger, it's just his face expression is like, oh, come on now, and saying it twice, it was just like, it was cool. And Jerry Lawler, of course, does the same thing to carry over before they cut to a promo.
Yeah, Swagger looked good last night. Well, not good, not great. But he didn't look bad, you know what I mean? And they gave him time. They gave him time in there with Cena, too, which was interesting. I expected them to come out. Swagger got, I think they even went to a commercial break during that match and came back, and they were still going at it, you know what I mean? So,
it's funny because it kind of reminds you of The Rock and the Coach.